I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms. Something is wrong here.
She just said, I'm lost, I don't know where I am. She said, I don't know where I am a couple of times.
And he ripped up my son's picture right in front of me and said, you'll never see him.
Fasten your seatbelts, because what I'm about to unveil regarding two criminals transcends the realm of unforgivable acts. Jake Patterson faced the full weight of the law for his atrocities. 2 life sentences in prison without any chance of parole for the dreadful murders. Furthermore, an additional 40 years were tacked on for the kidnapping. On October 15, 2018, Jake Patterson perpetrated the abduction of 13-year-old Jamie Lynn from her residence in Barron, Wisconsin. Jamie, the cherished only child of James and Denise Kloss, fell victim to Patterson's sinister intentions. Prior to the successful abduction, Patterson made 2 failed attempts, halting out of fear of potential witnesses. However, on his 3rd endeavor, he resorted to wielding a firearm to accomplish his malevolent goal. He parked his car near Jamie's house and dressed in dark clothes with a mask. He went to the front door and shot Jamie's dad when he asked for his ID. Then he went inside, checking every room to make sure nobody saw him. He found Jamie and her mom in the bathroom. Jamie was crying because she was so scared, while her mom called 911 for help.
911, where is your husband? Somebody I just want from. Hello?
Denise Kloss, Jamie's mom, didn't talk during the call, but there was a lot of noise and yelling before it ended. When the dispatcher called back, it went to Denise's voicemail. Jake Patterson tied up Jamie's hands and feet with tape, then shot Denise. He took Jamie outside, almost slipping on blood, and put her in the trunk of his car, then drove away. Some neighbors heard gunshots, but thought it was just regular hunting. On January 10th, 2019, Patterson told Jamie he would be gone for a while. Like he usually did, he put her under his bed and kept her there with his things. After he left, Jamie moved the stuff and got out of the house. She met a lady named Jeannie Nutter from the neighborhood.
She just said, I'm lost, I don't know where I am. She said, I don't know where I am a couple of times.
Nutter knew who Jamie was from the news and took her to a neighbor's place.
Hi, I have a young lady at my house right now, and she says her name is Jamie Kloss.
When the police came, Jamie told them that a guy named Jake Patterson had killed her parents, kidnapped her, and kept her just a few houses away from where she was found. Changing to another troubling story, we're going to talk about Ariel Castro and the awful things he did. Castro faced 4 charges of kidnapping and 3 charges of He admitted guilt to 937 criminal charges, including kidnapping and aggravated murder as part of a plea deal. The court sentenced him to life imprisonment along with an additional 1,000 years without the chance of parole. Ariel Castro kidnapped Michelle Knight, Amanda Berry, and Gina De Jesus. Michelle Knight disappeared on August 23, 2002, after leaving her cousin's house. At that time, she was 21 years old. On the day she went missing, she was supposed to appear in court regarding her son Joey, who was in the state's care. The police didn't search for her extensively because she was an adult.
And he ripped up my son's picture right in front of me and said, you'll never see him.
They believed she had left voluntarily, possibly due to being upset about losing custody of her son. Amanda Marie Berry disappeared on April 21st, 2013, just a day before her 17th birthday. She was last heard from when she called her sister, informing her that she was getting a ride home from work. Initially, the FBI suspected she had run away. However, about a week after her disappearance, someone unknown used her phone to call her mother, offering reassurances about Amanda's well-being and indicating she would return soon. Georgina Lynn de Jesus disappeared on April 2nd, 2004, when she was 14 years old. She was last seen at a payphone around 3:00 p.m. while coming home from her middle school. At that time, she was friends with Castro's daughter, Arlene. She and Arlene had called Arlene's mom, Gramilda Figueroa, to ask if they could have a sleepover at De Jesus' house. But Figueroa said no, so the two girls went separate ways. Arlene was the last one to see De Jesus before she disappeared. De Jesus thought Castro was giving her a ride home. She trusted him because she was friends with his teenage daughter. No one saw her being taken, and there was no Amber Alert, which upset her dad. After kidnapping Michelle Knight, Castro took her upstairs to his house, tied her hands and feet, and lifted her up using ropes. He left her there without food for 3 days in a dark room. She hoped to escape and see her family again, but she was chained to a wall like a prisoner and faced abuse every day. Castro threatened to kill these women and treated them like animals. The women were kept in locked bedrooms. They only got one meal daily and were allowed to shower twice a week at most. On the morning of May 6th, 2013, Barry finally talked to the people who lived near Castro's house. It led to her getting away with her 6-year-old daughter and the police rescuing De Jesus and Knight. The police confirmed Castro's absence that day, and Barry noticed that he had forgotten to lock the main door inside the house, although the outside door was locked. She didn't try to escape through the outer door because she thought Castro might have intentionally left it unlocked to test her. Neighbor Angel Cordero heard Amanda Berry screaming, but he couldn't communicate with her because he didn't speak much English.
La ayudé y fui el primero.
They managed to make a hole in the bottom of the screen door, and Barry crawled through it, carrying her daughter. After escaping, Barry sought help from another neighbor who spoke Spanish, and they called 911. This led to the police rescuing the other women.
I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms. Something is wrong here.
On the evening of September 3rd, 2013, Ariel Castro was found hanging from a bedsheet in his cell. This occurred just 1 month after he had begun serving his life sentence. Justice should be served for all the families affected by these horrific crimes. That's all for today. Thank you for staying with me until the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates.